Today, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to manually create an item in your website. Whether you are a paparazzi consultant or not, this should help you along your way. But as you know, I create a lot of videos to help out fellow paparazzi consultants um, create their items. If they have manual items, I know a lot of times we get jewelry, and along the time we have not been able to manually upload those items before we could bulk upload. And so I used to have to hand create before I knew how to bulk upload. When I went to put my inventory on a website, I manually hand created each item in a thing, which is very time consuming, but it can happen. So the easiest way to do this, especially if you have a website, there's two ways. Of course, I've talked about this in the video. There's two back ways. You can do it through your items in order and go to items, and then you can manually create those items there. And this will put it into your inventory. If you don't have a website, but you just want the item in your inventory, then this will put it in your inventory, but not necessarily on your website. Or if you only want the item in your inventory, but not on your website, then this would be a great way to do it. Of course, you would go to create item there, and then you would just input the information. Okay, whatever information that you have. Of course, for paparazzi consultants, some of this stuff is not applicable to us because we don't use some of this stuff. So you only fill out what you need to. If you don't know how to get the names of the items, of course, you could do a Google search for the item, a description or anything like that, and you can pull up those items easily. If you have the name, of course, put the name. If it's available on the paparazzi website, of course, you would want to do that, and I'll show you how to do all that, what I'm talking about, in just a second. And then you could just copy paste that information there to get all the accurate information that you would need. Okay, but for the purposes of this video, we're going to move on and do it as if we're doing our website. Not only will it add it to your inventory, but it'll also add it to your website. So it's a 2-for-1 type of movement. So we're going to go down back to our home screen, go to our e-commerce, and click on our online. Now, remind you, Square is always updating. So if they should change some of the way the formatting of the dashboard screen or home screen looks, just try to find the best way, because this version changed about a month ago. So some of my older videos, you'll see an older version versus this newer version. So just kind of keep that in mind, that Square is always updating. Each month they're changing something. So that's a good thing, but it can make our videos look outdated quickly if they're continuing to change stuff. All right, so moving on, you're going to get right here and you're going to go right down to your item screen, because we're now on our online e-commerce screen. And we're going to click items, and then we're going to go to site items. That's going to pull up all of our items that are on our website, as well give us the ability to create items. So now you'll see items that I have in my website. All these items are offered on my website unless they say hidden or otherwise, which I don't really hide items very often. But you can also see I have unavailable items if I have any. If I decide to do filter, I can look that way. So what I'm going to do here, you'll see the total number of items I have here on my website. We're going to go ahead and create an item. When I hit the create an item screen, that's going to allow me to go ahead and look at a blank screen, which is what normally would fill out when you're doing a bulk upload. But for this, we're going to go ahead and create an imaginary item, right? So I'm going to go ahead and use an item off of the paparazzi website. So if you'll give me just a second, I'm going to switch the screen over so that you can see everything that I'm doing. And so forgive me, it's going to look kind of crazy for a second, but I want you to be able to see all of my steps. Okay, so here we go. All right, so now we're here. I'm going to go and act like I'm creating a paparazzi. I'm going to go to our paparazzi screen. I'm going to act like I'm going to upload our things. So sometimes when the items are still available, like our Fashion Fix, this is one of our Fashion Fix screens. And, with Fashion Fix, if you don't order them, or say you're not ordering any Fashion Fix or additional pieces, of course, you wouldn't be able to get all of the information off of the website, because, of course, Fashion Fix doesn't come with that invoice receipt so that you can upload that stuff. So you'll have to go in and manually put in each of those Fashion Fix pieces that you put in each month. So that's a good way to practice. And so what I would do is I would download all of this. information, I would download all pictures. So I go to the bottom, hit download all pictures. It'll download each picture for me individually on a laptop. Now, if you're on a phone, it works. You have to do it individually, each picture. But on a laptop, it'll do it that way. And then what I normally do is I copy part of the title. And it's going to look like it's highlighting the pictures, but it's not going to do that. And I'll copy part of that. Now, for my website, what I do is always going to be physical. We don't change anything there. I like to put what month it came out and the year. So this was July 2022. I always do that first. You don't have to. You do it whichever way makes it work for you. But that way, when people ask for a certain fashion fix, I know what month and which trend blend. So this is a July Fiercely 5th. And then what I do, I'll click on the picture to the right, and I'll just go ahead. It opens it up from my computer that downloaded, and I highlight all pictures for that particular item. And then it uploads them automatically. What we want to do here is move. I like to put the model first on our pictures. If it's not for the fashion fix, I like to put the model first. Now, if it's a picture with just earrings or a ring, I always put the item itself, the individual item with nobody wearing it first, and then I put the models in the subsequent pictures. And then I like to organize it in the way that people normally will look. So the model picture, and then you organize it how you want. This is how I organize. So the model picture, necklace, earrings, bracelet, ring. That's the order that I normally would go for fashion fix. Okay. And then we move on. So now you have to add your price. So if it's a $5 item, you'll put $5. If it's a starlit shimmer, you put $1. If it's a Z, you put $25. For our fashion fix, we know it's $20. So you don't really have to put .00. You can, but if you put 20, it's going to automatically put the zeros for you. Sales price means whether you're going to put it on sale for. Of course, with Paparazzi, we have to sell it at normal price, so we don't touch that. Okay, I'm going to go back to my Paparazzi screen, and then I'm going to just quickly get this information. Now, if you're doing something else, you put your own descriptions and everything, but because Paparazzi gives us that information, I'm not going to divert from that. I'm going to put all that same information, copy and paste, and go right on. Now, if you want to add some bold or italic to make certain things stick out, or if you want to set a link in there, maybe to your Paparazzi website, you could do all of that information if you want to, but I don't do any of that. Okay, you want to make sure the item is always visible, not hidden or unavailable. If you click hidden, that means it'll be hidden to the public, but you'll see it. That means it won't be on your website. If it's unavailable, it'll be on the website, but it's going to just say unavailable at the time. As long as it has numbers, it'll say unavailable, but it'll have it. Now, if it has no numbers, it's automatically going to be unavailable, and it's automatically going to be hidden. Okay, now you go down to your fulfillment. Make sure you click any way that you fulfill orders. So if you ship, shipping's available, pickup is available. If you do delivery, delivery may be available, or self-ordering. I click all three. Even though I have my delivery disabled on my website altogether, I still click it so that if I ever do decide to deliver, I can just quickly go without having to update certain items. It'll automatically be there. All right. And then we just go down. Of course, if you know your shipping weight of each item and you do all of that and you wanted to pre-do all of that and you weigh each item, that's fine. You can put the information there. I don't do that. I weigh everything after because I package orders differently depending on the bulk of the order and how big. So the shipping weight doesn't always help because I may have to package it differently for that order. Delivery time, prep and delivery time, you can use, I have a default already set for mine, but however you feel like you want to do, you can do that as well. You don't have to do it, but that's up to you. If you want to tell them, hey, if they order off your website, they may have, it may take you 24 hours or maybe 2 hours. It just depends on if this is what you do all day. Orders can be done within 5 to 10 minutes. Orders may be done whatever. It's up to you, but you don't have to. You can have a default setting to do that all the time. If this item is tax exempt, you'll click that. But again, my item is not tax exempt. My tax on there. It's going to say sold out automatically until you put numbers in there. We'll come back to stock. You always want to do this one last because it's going to make you save everything before you update your stock. So just overlook that one for a quick sec, but we're going to come back to it. We're going to go to the item SKU number. We're going to go back to Paparazzi website and get that item number right there. Everything after the hashtag is what we need, or the pound sign, of course, depending on how you call it. We put that right in there. Make sure there's no spaces before or after. Okay. And then that's going to be the item number. So if you use a barcode system, or if you use a scanner or anything, and you scan items, it'll scan that Fashion Fix order based on that item. That way, when you know it's the right item, and you'll know that it'll pull up by that barcode. Now, if you don't use a barcode system, you can always just literally search by the name, however you have it named in your stuff. But again, the barcode will help as well. Okay, so now then you have your variations. We don't have any variations of that unless you know that Fashion Fix comes in multiple colors, but we don't. Now, with some of the regular $5 items, you may have variations, and that's something that is a whole different subject to do. I do have a couple of items that are variations because like they were several multi of the same item, but different color options. So I put them under a variation. So they're all under one item, but all colors are under that one versus having separates. And I should have done that with several of my items to go back and do that, but I have not done that because they were all manually entered. But as I add new items, if they're like that, I do the variations. Modifiers you don't have to worry about. And then if you have categories for your website, then that's where we go with our categories. And so with the categories, you're going to put that item where it goes. So for me, I'm going to scroll down until I find the category I created, Fashion Fix. These are all the categories I personally created. So I have Fashion Fix, and this is the way my customers see it on the website under their categories. And if they are subcategories, you'll see like earrings. It has the category, and then the subcategories will be kind of off to the side. And I can show, again, that's another video to show you how to do all of that. But this just shows you, if you already have it set up, you click the category, you click save, and now it's going to place this item. It'll be in your shop all automatically. But if they go strictly to Fashion Fix, it's going to make sure that item pulls up under that category. Now we can go to update, where it's going to tell us now we can update our item. We're going to add 1 to the stock. Okay. And then you would click update stock. I'm not going to click update stock because I actually have already added this item into my website. So I don't need to do it anymore. But if you needed to, you can go ahead and add the update stock number, update stock, and then it would update it, add that number on there, and then you would click save. Okay. You would click save, but because when I do this, it's going to automatically add that in there. I don't want to cause any confusion in my own inventory. Okay, so you would hit update stock, it would then add it, and then you would go back and click the save button over here, and that will save that item, and then you'll find it in your inventory. I hope that this video has been helpful to you. It should have answered any questions about manually uploading. Again, the steps will be the same for each item you manually upload. You get your pictures and you do that. What I did want to show you real quick is if you don't know an item, say you're looking for gold paparazzi necklace. So because there's so many consultants, and of course paparazzi stuff is out there on the internet, a lot of stuff is searchable. So you literally would just go and you would look and see, and these are all, of course you can tell by the crown at the bottom, paparazzi necklaces that have gold in them. Now if you're looking for something that's more, say, kind of more detail about it, I would put something like this. So like say you're looking for a white stone, and this is how I found pictures when I didn't know the names of stuff, because I had got rid of the packages. Now I don't do that. I keep all my packages and everything's in a package, except for my display items. But if you're one that takes everything out of packages and you don't remember the names, you could try this way. And so now the more specific detail you kind of know and play around with, you may have to play around with the wording, the better your research results will be. And then you can find it off of, the website. Some of these will be other consultant websites. Some of them may be the official paparazzi website if you can find it. But if that item is no longer available through paparazzi's website, tongue-tied, then it will not be something you can access. But if it's still available through paparazzi's website, then you can go there. It'll give you an option to go directly to paparazzi. But some of these other consultants have a lot of great information. You will just click on the image, click on the bigger image once it pulls up, depending on how your computer pulls it up or your phone. And then again, they may have the name. So like this person, they have Paparazzi Accessories, Commander-in-Chiefette is the name, and it's white stone. They give you that it's $5. They tell you a little bit. Do they have description? Let's see. This particular person does not have the description of the item. So you may have to search a little bit harder to get the description of that particular item. But this just shows you a couple of ways you can kind of get information They may have or may not have the product number. This particular person doesn't. Say if we were looking for this particular item, but what you can do is once you know the name of an item, say you found the item you're looking for, but they don't have all the information, go back to that search and now put the actual name in there. It takes a little while, but like I said, I created my whole base inventory of like 300 to 400 items manually. So now I can actually do a search for this particular image, for this particular item, and you'll see it comes up in several different colors. Out of those, one of them more than likely will have all the information that I need. So we'll look and see. We'll go back and forth. Maybe I can get the information from somebody's website, from one of our pop-up sisters or brothers, if they don't mind us doing it. But you have that Commander-in-Chief Ed. They have it in red. Let's see. She has oversized red stones, so she has a description. We could take that if we have it in white and use that same description, but put white stones, mix match silver if it's silver or brass or whatever other color. Just change the colors and use that description so that it still gives that paparazzi flair in description. And then does she have her item number? Let's see. I don't see the item number for this particular item, so we will still have to find that item number eventually. But like I said, you could search through all of these, and I'm sure eventually you'll find an item number. But remember, the colors all will have different item numbers. But you more than likely keep searching, you'll find that item number. If not, you can create your own UPC code for that item and just make sure that you do a label print and print your own label for that item number, since you cannot find it. That way, in your inventory, you can scan it. That's not replacing the paparazzi item number, but that's just doing it for your inventory. But if you ask some of your pop-up brothers and sisters, they probably can tell you the item number they have, because I'm sure somebody probably has that item. You'll just have to reach out there and see if somebody can give you that information. So the more you dig, the more you know. But that is how you would do adding an item by item to add any items that you cannot bulk upload. Say you've been doing this for a while and now you're just not getting your inventory upline. So you're going to upload, and I would make sure you get all items alike. So say I had 5 of these fashion fix, I would go back and I would make sure I have all of the items, and I would add I would do my update for how many of these I have based on the total number, not just one each time I find one. Make sure you get it all together, and then you put that total number. And then from there, say you find some or you order some more, you can go back into that item and just update the number and put whether it's a recount or new stock received, and add or recount the item based on whatever it is you're doing. So to let you play with that a little bit. All right. I hope this has been helpful to you. And thank you again for allowing me to come here and assist with all of this. Okay. Y'all have a great day. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm sorry I'm not on camera, not quite camera ready, but I wanted to make sure I did this video because I know I had quite a few people that needed this information. Thank y'all, and y'all have a great day.